I got an announcement, people. So the North London Derby takes place on Sunday. Kickoff 5:30 in the UK. 12:30 if you're on the east side. 11:30 if you're in the central bits, and 9:30 a.m. if you're on that west side. Jack Doyle's. If you fuck with me, then that name should ring a bell. It's a pub in New York, and it's the place where I did the watch party for the Man City game with my brother Zar and Jet Ski the first time I came over.
240 West 35th Street is the address.
You heard Jet Ski. Can we get it one more time, Jets?
I'll put it on the screen as well. It's 240 West 35th Street, New York, New York.
You get me? Manhattan business. We did a watch party there. They have an open bar on Sunday between 11 and 12, 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Obviously, me and Zara will be back in the office at 12 o'clock to start the stream. But me, Zara, and Jets are going to be at Jack Doyle's on Sunday from just before 11 until about 11:50, because it's about a 5-minute walk to get back to the office. You get me? So if you're a gooner, even if you're a scumbag, you get me? You're more than welcome to roll through and link the man them. You understand? We won't be streaming from there, but we are going to try and get coverage of the stream played in the bar. So hopefully you have the game on one screen and then you'll have me and Zar on the other. So Sunday, if you're in New York and you want to come link up before the game and have a couple pre-drinks, then Jack Doyle's is the place to be, blood. Until then, up the Arsenal, fuck the Tottenham.
All right. TroopzTV, presented by Barstool Sports. Olympiacos 1, Arsenal 3. We're on to the player ratings segment. Let's start with the man, where we always start, the man in Gates, Leno.
Leno, blood. Where do we start? With Leno. Now, this is the man that we picked over Emi Martinez. This is the man we picked that when our team looked really good last year, when I was screaming Arteta's in, my manager, all of this, the stability in the defense, the way we looked like, it was like dynamite going forward, blood. The speed, the transition, everything, blood. Do you understand? It was down to what's at the back, blood. Do you understand? Your spine has to be correct, blood. And if one piece of that spine is the slightest bit suspect, it's gonna hinder you, blood. It might not hinder you for every game, but when you actually weigh it out, and you actually look at the games and you look at the positioning and rare tear and bro, we made the wrong mistake. I wanted Emi. I was like, bro, before Leno got injured, he never really used to make mistakes. Since he's come back from injury, he's looked a bit sus. Do you understand? And when he came back into the team, he was like, I'm the number one. I was the number one. And I will be the number one. So Arteta's instilled that confidence in him, where he's got that cockiness about him. He thinks he's undroppable. You get me? Whereas Emi was just doing his job, not talking, just doing his job, minding his business, not getting carried away with it. And when you look at the clean sheets, when you look at the positioning of the teams, when you look at which teams had a better season, Aston Villa have had a better season, blood. Emi Martinez is the second highest. He has the second highest clean sheets in the Premier League. Only Ederson has more. That says it all. Ederson's top of the league. Do you understand? Like, you get me? I just don't know what he was thinking, because it's absolute stupidity, blood. We've just had this same situation 4 days previously, blood. Our previous game, and you do that, blood. Do you understand? I saw a comment in the watch along, and it said Leno wants to be like Neuer, and he needs to just be himself, because you can't play with the ball at your feet, blood. Do you understand? It brings on unnecessary pressure. Like, he's a great shot stopper. Do you understand? But for me, the areas where he's sus is in the air when it comes to coming out and claiming and his feet. You get me? I've seen him flap at balls they've dropped. I've seen him misjudge crosses. And I've seen this calamity with his feet, blood. Do you understand? 1-0 up, nothing going on in the game. You get me? And you put CEBALLOS into that situation, blood. You understand? Leno gets a 2 today.
Yeah, on Leno trying to be like Neuer. Hey, Leno wants to be like Neuer. I want to dunk, but
you want to be like Mike, but we all know, you get me?
You know,
I want to be like The Rock, but I'm not 6'5", 275 pounds. I just take the people's champion and just run with it. You get me? Leno,
what you got, Leno?
Stay in your lane, you feel me?
All right, on to right back, Hector Bellerin.
I think Bellerin had a very good game today. I think he put in some great balls. I think defensively he was good. He only got caught out, I think, once. You get me?
Pass to Saka. Pass from Saka.
Nah, I think he got caught out of position once, and I think the only time that I kind of got mad was when that Saka thing, because he should have. I knew what Saka was going to do. Saka's going to, you get me? And Bellerin's right there, so Bellerin knows he's got to tuck in to play that ball to Saka. You get me? But I think Bellerin had a sturdy performance today, blood. I give him a 7.
All right, our centre backs. Let's start with David Luiz.
David Luiz, I will give an 8 today. I think the only mistake he made was, it wasn't even his mistake, blood. You understand? It was when fucking ODEGAARD put him in trouble with the pass back. You get me? Luiz done well today. He was playing some great balls. You understand? He played some great football. Defensively, he was strong. You understand? The goal wasn't his fault. There was nothing he could do, blood. 8 for David Luiz.
His partner, Gabriel.
Gabriel, I'll give a 9, blood. You understand? Man of the match, blood. Defensively strong. You get me? He linked the ball from the defense to the midfield. He'd even link it to the wide men. And that goal, blood. You understand? That goal was an amazing goal, blood. At a vital time in the game, blood. You understand? The Olympiacos had their tails up, and they thought they could smell blood. But Gabriel just paused that. You get me? And just boy, and at the back of the net. Gabriel gets a 9, blood. Man of the match for Gabs.
All right, last of our back four, Kieran Tierney, the man on the left.
Tierney, I give it 8. You get me? Solid performance. He was putting in some great balls. You get me? Unlucky not to get an assist for ODEGAARD. You understand? Defensively strong. You get me? Does what it says on the tin, blood, like Ronsel. 8 for Tierney.
All right, on to our midfield. 2 pivots. Thomas Partey, we'll start with.
Partey, I give a 4. You get me? Below average performance. You get me? Furthermore, I give Partey a 3. You understand? Because the level of the man, what we expect of him, and the things that was happening, you're getting bullied. How the fuck are you getting bullied, blood? Do you understand? Your passing was all off. You was getting caught out. Xhaka was actually leading by example. You get me? And if Xhaka's leading by example, something ain't going right, blood. You understand? He was poor against Burnley as well. He was sloppy against Burnley. You get me? But yeah, a 3 for Partey today.
All right, his partner in the pivots, Granit Xhaka.
Xhaka, I give a 7. You get me? I think he had a much better performance today. You understand? He controlled the midfield. He done what Partey was supposed to do. You get me? And when CEBALLOS came on, he was kind of in a hole. But he dug himself out that hole, blood. You get me? And he kind of got like a grip of the midfield. You get me? So I give Xhaka a 7 today.
All right, the 3 behind the striker. Let's start with Willian.
Willian, I give a 6. You get me? I think he done well with Tierney. Good link-up play. Furthermore, I give Willian a 7.
Yeah, that's assist. I was about to say.
Furthermore, I give him a 7, blood. You understand? The assist for Gabriel was a great ball to the back post. You understand? He done some great work in the first half, linking up with Tierney, like I said. You get me? He's been doing well in recent weeks. Hope he can keep it up. But I still want to see Pepe in that lineup, blood. You get me? I'm not going to lie, blood. I need to see my brother. You get me? But yeah, man. Willian.
4 assists in 4 games, Willian.
Yeah, he's got the most assists for out of any of our players this season, blood. You understand? He's hitting form at the right time. You get me? He is a player of experience. So this is like the vital time in the season. This is crunch time. And he is a player of experience, and it looks like he's coming alive at the right time, blood. You get me? So Willian gets a 7 today.
The man that was going through the middle of the 3, Martin Odegaard.
Apart from the goal, well, before the goal, he was poor. But from he got that goal, he came into the game, blood. You understand? Started to manipulate the game, manipulate the ball, started to control the midfield, linking the play. Lovely 1-2 touches. You get me? Flicks and all of that started coming out. You understand? Hopefully Zidane wasn't watching. You get me? Absolutely fantastic strike. Shout out Ty. But I give Odegaard a 7 today.
And the last of the three, man on the right, Bukayo Saka.
Saka, I give a 5. I think it was a average performance from Bukayo. You get me? He set the light a play. He set the plate alight. So you expect a bit more from Bukayo than what we saw today. You get me? It wasn't a bad performance. It was just an average performance. You get me? So a 5 for Bukayo.
All right, the man up front, AUBAMEYANG.
I'm a blood clot, young. I give Abra a 7 today. I think he done really well up top by himself. You get me? He was pressing the keeper, pressing the defense. You understand? Never really had a lot of opportunities. Opportunity he did have. It was a great save from the keeper. You understand? But he did look good today. He looked like he was up for it. There was a lovely bit when I did the Obama what, when he put one man on his batty, put next man on his batty, and then they got the block. That would have been a goal. You understand? So big up yourself, Abba. 7.
All right, the guys that came off the bench, Danny Ceballos.
Ceballos, I give Ceballos a 5. You get me? It's average.
Emil Smith-Rowe.
It's 5, not enough time to do anything.
Nicolas Pepe.
5, not enough time to do anything.
Alex Lacazette.
5, not enough time to do anything.
And last but not least, Mohamed El Sideways El Neni.
I'll give El Neni a 8, blood. You get me?
Give him a what?
I give him an 8, blood.
Okay.
Because you get me? He come on, he didn't do nothing wrong, got himself a goal. You understand? You have to give him a high score, blood. You understand? Mohamed El Neni gets an 8.
And our manager.
Arteta, I give a 7. You get me? Lineup was a bit, you understand? But it worked. Let's get it in. It worked until the fuck up from Leno. Changes had me a bit. But when it went 2-1, the Oneni one worked. 7 for Arteta today.
Last but not least, the referee.
I think he could have given Olympiacos a few more yellow cards if we're being totally honest.
Nice.
You get me? The stamp on Saka, I don't know how that wasn't given. You get me? There was a knee on Xhaka in like the first minute when the ball, literally, you'll see that again. Trust me, there was a knee in the first minute. Blood. You understand? They should have had a few more yellows, but the referee, he didn't do too bad today. You understand? It was nothing compared to the fucking shit we witnessed on a fucking weekend, blood. You understand? So the referee can get a 1 today.
Oh, not a 0? All right.
Now he gets a 1.
You take what you get.
Is it?
You take what you get. That's the player ratings presented by Barstool Sports on TroopzTV.